Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from mousesteps.com.
And today we're going to talk about Disney's Port Orleans Riverside. We recently had a chance to spend some time in some of the new refurbished rooms they have there.
This is Alligator Bayou, and we were pleasantly surprised by the rooms here.
I myself go way back with the property. Back in 1992, I attended the Open Mouse, they called it, instead of Open House. And back then it was Dixie Landing. So, looking inside, things have really changed here in 20 years.
And you'll see already some Princess and the Frog with Louie the alligator on the pillow.
There he is. There's Louie. He's going to play that trumpet, keep you going all night.
We said we wanted a pillow. I wish they did sell them.
Yeah, something tells me there's a little RFID chip in his pillow in case he decides to crawl back into the Everglades.
And this is the bedspread, which we really like.
So many, I like it because it's resort specific. There's the water tower.
And they have characters, Brer Rabbit, and if you see in the left-hand corner, Princess Tiana as the frog.
Very cool.
And there's Louie again. And the bed is not reversible. The blanket's not reversible.
Now this is a holdover from the original setup there, the wood bed frame, which I think is really cool. I would love to have that.
This is new on the air conditioner. It just hides the air conditioner.
But it really makes everything look new and nice, and such an easy, smart idea.
And this is the Murphy bed instead of a trundle bed. The trundle was on the floor and the Murphy bed is here. You see Fragile on there.
And a reference to Steamboat Willie, established 1928.
The Alligator Bayou section is the only moderate resort section that actually sleeps 5 to a room. And this is bigger than the trundle bed was.
And look at the AB2292 down there. That's a reference to Alligator Bayou, opening day, February 2nd, 1992. And there's that big giant screen TV.
It's not too big, but it's big enough. Oh, and here it comes down.
The grand reveal. There
is that not nice? I mean, if you were getting awesome, into bed, would you not want to see that?
Well, you'll see, everybody will see even more coolness
and they're all
when
sleeping.
We get to the princess rooms. But wouldn't it be nice if that was fiber optics and as you were sleeping, you saw the fireflies come to life? Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, not too crazy. But it's a beautiful artwork on the
it really is. I mean, what a nice improvement. Oh, and on the side, there was another little trivia here. That stands for long haul mileage calculation. I didn't figure that out. I actually posted a challenge
on Facebook.
Right, so a good friend of ours figured it out. And of course, the October 1971. And there is a Herb Ryman painting of the Blue Bayou. And those were in the rooms previously.
I haven't eaten there in like 15 years.
Neither have I, actually. But another nice touch to these cool rooms.
And those are lily pads.
Right.
There's a little refrigerator behind that.
With a light.
With a light
inside. You can see when you get your beverage now.
The one downside, you might want to mention the number.
Here's another 92 for 1992. Another little throwback.
The only downside to the room for me is that there isn't as much storage as the other rooms. Actually, very little. You can, put your suitcases aside, but there's not a lot of drawer space.
There are a few drawers under the bed.
Right.
So we discovered that. It took us a while to discover they were drawers. And there's some debate about these shower curtains and the showers. Some people like them, some people don't like them.
The fish.
Yeah, the fish.
I think it would be nicer if they had the Port Orleans Riverside
sort of like that on the bed, right. And this is not really wood paneling. It's made to look like wood paneling, but it's actually painted on.
I gotta say, overall, I was very, very impressed with these rooms. I really like them, and
I was impressed too.
I like the Alligator Bayou area. It's very woodsy and always a nice place to stay.
Very inviting. Now this is another great thing we like. It's the divider, the privacy divider, and the back of the divider is actually different. So it's printed on both sides. So that looks, I don't know what you'd call that, sort of a.
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like sacks of.
Well, here's
flour,
your food, your flour,
on the
sugar.
other side of like flour and sugar.
In more detail, there's the
rope.
The rope, which is actually just the top of the curtains. So much detail and storytelling in this new room. And again, we had no idea that any of this had been done.
I knew that they were rehabbing, but I had no idea definitely to the extent.
Now here's a hidden Mickey we found. This did date back to the previous incarnation of the rooms, though. And
this was kind of cool.
Yeah, this was cool.
Just a drawer handle.
Right.
With a hidden Mickey.
In the key. So that's your key to get into the drawer between the beds there. And we're just going to show you how easy it is to get your space back. So after the kids or whoever has slept,
it goes up
close
and
it up,
down
boom.
really easily.
No problem. And that is actually comfortable. That I could sit there for an hour.
There's actually quite a lot of seating space. So very, very, very nice.
So now we'll move on to our next style room. These are the mansion. What are they?
It's the mansions. This is Magnolia Terrace.
Okay.
And this is also a refurbished room. And not every room, as of this moment, is refurbished. So you can't expect necessarily to get one yet. But you can request it from Disney reservations.
Now this is more subtle, certainly more subtle.
Very much more so. There's a little bit of Princess and the Frog in the headboards, and that's the only place that we found Princess and the Frog theming.
And I can understand why they have this more subtle, because as you'll see when we get to the princess rooms, that is just overboard. Oh, look at this. There's a little
you see the
Mickey.
little kid with the Mickey ears on the bridge, and then there's Charlotte and Princess...
John Goodman character,
right.
The father. And another view of the other headboard. And I wonder who that could be. Who could that be up in the royal mansion there?
Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen.
I think you are correct. I think you are definitely correct. And yep, there they are.
And these are beautiful, like watercolor look to them on the headboards.
And it's nice because there could be, if you're a family, you're staying there, it could be a day or 2 or 3 before you discover this.
Or never.
Or never. So
it's a little something cool that, for people to find.
Looks like the Mark Twain, or here it would be the Liberty Bell.
Is that what it's supposed to be? I have no idea. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
But there's a hidden Mickey.
Yeah, there are some hidden Mickeys.
And then up there in the border of the room.
Big improvement with the bathroom. Huge bathroom for
it
the
is
moderate.
A huge bathroom. I was wondering if it was maybe a handicapped accessible
I
room
think it
or not,
is, but I think they all are like this, is what we are told. It has the marble-looking floor. Sort of, we're getting into that whole regal style, which we'll get more of in the next.
But that is a massive bathroom, at least for a moderate resort, I thought.
Oh, absolutely. Very heavy table, that is, and heavy chairs.
And those are sort of like the royal guest rooms. Also, those chairs are very similar to the ones in the royal guest room.
But if you don't want all that, if you're just adults without kids who just want a sort of a normal room, you have the option of this.
And there's lots of storage space here. You just saw the drawers and the bureau.
This has the most storage space of the 3 rooms we saw. And here is the big one coming up.
Oak Manor.
Oak Manor.
And these will be the royal guest rooms.
And it kind of looks like Washington, D.C., like we're going to the White House here. Very fancy.
It looks almost fancy.
But we know that there's royalty afoot. Something tells us there is royalty.
The banners, yes.
And if we were to study them, we could figure out who they represented, I bet. So let's go inside and check out these, I guess they're called...
Royal guest rooms.
Royal guest rooms,
and
okay.
You can see these chairs look like on the previous
To all who
room.
come to this happy place.
No, that's not what it says. Princess Tiana left a note, and it is actually part of the table, so you cannot take it with you.
The note says, "Don't steal my letter."
Well, you can't take it unless you, cut it off the table.
And those are very heavy tables.
They are very heavy tables.
So already we're seeing some really nice...
silhouettes of the princes. There's Prince Eugene and
Naveen.
Prince Naveen. And there's 2 of these showing different princes.
Right.
And
The
Philip,
prince.
The prince, yes.
They could all just say that. So here is some nice...
artwork, but you'll get a little closer to that in a bit. And you can see fireworks on the bed.
Yes, the fiber optics. and we'll talk about that a little bit more later, but these are actually very quiet fiber optics as opposed to what we heard the Disneyland suite has.
But we have not been
We have not
in there.
actually checked it out in person. But this is...
A Mickey head towel. The bedspreads are very subtle. They're, very subtle as compared to maybe the Port Orleans one.
And there's buttons on the side of these, by the way. And when you light off the fireworks, they go for about 15 seconds.
Probably
wasn't it?
15 to 20 seconds of fireworks.
And we love these pictures.
Very much. And there's the...
Aladdin
That
has...
was quick.
Well, we'll get back to the
pictures.
pictures. But Aladdin has left a little present for you. So if you walk over this,
I
you
think
might go for...
Jasmine left it, right? Or isn't it the princesses? The story of the room is that the princesses...
Oh, here with that's from Beauty and the Beast.
That's from Belle. Belle left that as a gift to Princess Tiana.
And this is a lenticular photo. So we took one of your pictures just so you could see it a little better. And they're all like, go ahead, tell the story.
They're all bringing gifts to Princess Tiana, and that's what... There's numerous items in the room where a princess has visited Princess Tiana. This is probably from Snow White, this lenticular portrait inside the frame.
Look at the bordering around it. I mean, this with the owls up here, this reminds me of the ride car for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which the one that'll be closing, this reminds me very much of that.
So this is like a gift that Snow White would have brought.
SW, there you go.
And there's Ariel and Princess Tiana. And what I love about the artwork is that they're all set in Port Orleans Riverside.
Right. Belle is holding the Port Orleans map now, trying to figure out where they're staying.
And there's Rapunzel and Snow White.
And some of their animal friends. Yeah, that is a nice touch with the resort.
And this is also the resort with the princes, too.
One of our friends was saying that, where's Pocahontas? She's probably hiding in the trees.
And this is a coat, like a coat hanger, which was very quick, but with Cinderella's coat, Cinderella would have given that as a gift. And
Did you figure that gift thing out on your own, by the way?
No, we were told about that.
Okay, I was very impressed by it.
No, you were told about it too.
I must have forgotten.
This is the border in the bathroom area, which includes Ray and Pascal and Sebastian.
And that would be Tiana's crown.
Is it? No. Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a prince's crown.
Well, I
it's
don't
a
know.
crown from Princess and the
Speaking
Frog.
of crowns, here is more crowns.
I'm a little tired,
That's
so
okay.
I don't
See, there's that looking crown there too. I don't know which one, but there's all sorts of tributes to the crowns and the princesses here.
Well, in this bedspread, there's like a rose, and there's Cinderella's slipper, right?
Oh, here you go. It's the genie's.
It's Aladdin's lamp.
Oh, Aladdin's.
Jasmine would
the
have brought
genie
it.
lives in it. He lives in that.
And he comes out when you turn the water on.
In the shape of water. He took the shape of water. So, yes. And I like the sparkly, what is that? The sink.
Right.
It's
late.
It is late. It's late when we're recording this. And there is a giant diamond in the rough,
or
perhaps,
gems.
Or gems.
Very hard to take a picture of.
Yes.
And that's
the royal
H2O.
bathroom.
The shower curtain would be a gift from Ariel. It includes the forks and different items, starfish, and that is an Ariel-themed curtain.
Now, excuse my whipping of the curtain, but it was hard to hold the camera and move this out of the way.
You mean whipping open the curtain, not whipping of the curtain?
That is very true, very correct. But there's that blue sparkly stuff, and I know you said it was like that's how it was when you were up in the castle.
When I stayed in the Cinderella Castle Suite in
gold
2007.
Fixtures, all gold fixtures in there.
Not solid gold, though.
No, I think not.
We had about 7 people in the room at this time, so we weren't able to kind of videotape the room as a whole as easily as you normally would.
And here is the nighttime view of the fireworks, which is much nicer. Fiber optic goodness.
I think it's all beautiful.
I do too. And if you lay down in the bed and you look at the other way, you can see the reflection off the TV, and it sort of lights up the room. So it's I call it a nice kiss goodnight.
And you've got the T up there for Tiana, just like C for Cinderella and the Cinderella.
And we'll say goodnight now. So thanks for listening.
Good night.